G'day folks, welcome to a little update. Just on my lunch break at work. I'm doing different jobs now. I'm subcontracting, so you'll see when possible and when I'm able to, maybe a few little snippets here and there. I'm currently working on a one-off, one-of-a-kind automation project, so I can't show you anything particularly important, that's for sure. I don't want to lose my job, but I'm just in a little back room machining parts. Got my own little workshop, well away from the other regular staff, so uninterrupted. And I'm just turning metal into swarf and lumps of metal into useful components. So yeah, it's all based on drawings, digital readout. It's pretty easy when you've got a bit of finesse around a milling machine, but there's still welding and fabrication in it, that sort of stuff. Linear slide rails. I've got to put some little button head screws on those so the thing doesn't hit them. All the stuff you get from CNC shop on eBay actually. Linear guides, that kind of thing, like these. Little 12mm hardened pin runs through them, stuff like that. So yeah, and they're all quite cheap. These things are like $3 a pair. So yeah, turning metal into usable parts. I can't show you or explain any more about what they do, but yeah, it's all pretty cool stuff. You use pneumatics, little pneumatic grabbers and bits and pieces. So that's sort of what I'm doing. Can't really go on more about that, but yeah, been quite busy. I've got some bits of footage from one of my other jobs, the plastics place, to add to this one, some machining work. I'll do a couple of quick shots while I'm just facing this block off, and maybe get the boring head out when I do the through holes for some linear guides to press into. Yeah, I'll just throw together a collection of random machining footage that I've gathered over the past 6 months. Just little snippets here and there, so that'll be good. Another segment I've been thinking of doing is probably going to be called Firearms Fridays, and that'll be either going out and shooting or doing a unique repair on a firearm, like refinishing a stock or repairing a shell lifter on a shotgun or something like that, something different. Tons and tons of channels out there that just do shooting videos and blather on for ages about the gun. I don't want to do that. There's a bajillion plenty of good channels out there for that. I'd rather, and I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I'd rather find something more unique to do, but really, it's a bit hard. Unfortunately, it's a topic which I am passionate about, but everyone's already been there and done that. Same with a lot of the destruction videos and things. It gets to the point where it's sort of been there, done that kind of thing. You want to find something new and unique. As much as people like hearing me ramble on about the same stuff over and over again, I can't really bring myself to do it, so that's sort of why the channel's gone a bit quiet. It's not just that I haven't had the drive or the time to do it, it's more I've been there and done that. Let's find something new. So, without further ado, I'll start chopping some footage up and add it in. Thanks for watching. Yeah, this is a new collet set they bought me for the job, and it's actually pretty good. It's just a generic China one. Well, not so generic, it's a Toolmaster one from Hare and Forbes, aka Machinery House now. And yeah, it's NT30 arbor with ER32 collets. That's all it comes with. It comes with 5 multi-range collets, but you can populate it with more if you want them. I've only needed really 10, 12, 6, 8, and 16 now. I've got a nice new or once used Clarkson 19mm end mill to go across the face here. That'll make it square with respect to the vise, because the vise is out 0.02 from this point to this point, so it's almost dead square with the mill bed. And yeah, if I bring it across that way, and I have checked the mill and everything for trueness, and it's actually pretty good. It's within 0.05 millimeters over a considerable distance, so that's nothing. Yeah, so I'm going to fit him up and away we go. love these ER32 collets. They're so much better than the old threaded auto lock ones like that Clarkson auto lock style. I don't use them anymore. No way. $230mm 4140 steel. I'm taking about 2mm off, just an interrupted facing cut. You get one of them down your shirt, you know all about it. They're coming off a few hundred degrees Celsius. They are hot. Yeah, if the steel's changing colour like that, it'll burn through your clothes and yeah, ouch. Here, cutting on both flutes. And the power just fluctuated. Wonderful. Time for a bit more boring. Okay, it's time to plunge the primary groove, which is this one here. I think it's 12mm wide, 13mm deep, and then you come in and do the chamfers from both sides. These are just plastic mock-ups that I made to experiment with. We ended up with starting diameter of 104. This was 100, didn't quite work, so that one's no good. But this is an actual mock piece, just without the ears and the bolt points and things, that I've done in hard cast nylon, and that works. That does work. So yeah, recreating it in AISI 4140 hardened steel, semi-hardened. It's a good engineering steel. High stress mechanical components, gunsmithing, agriculture, heavy industries. Yeah, 4140 is very common, and it's really nice to machine. You just need good carbide tips. So yeah. basically all I've done is just touch the face with the tool. I know the tool's 4mm wide, so if I zero this hand wheel, which I have, bring it back a little bit, come in 22mm, and that puts the tool dead in the centre. Slow and steady. Done the first side and flipped it around. A bit disappointed with the surface finish, but again I'm down to pretty crappy inserts, so that's what I've got. Now it's time to finish this side. Easy. Oh, now the turning's done. I've set up a little carbide insert mill, and I'm just going to take these out and then take out the other side slot for the pinch bolt, and then cut it in half on the bandsaw at the very end. It's just lots and lots of hours of milling. I'm not going to bore you with too much of the detail, but I'll give you some tips as I go along. But yeah, I'm just going to sort of nibble away at this little bit at a time, take these corners out and go from there. I've got no spare inserts for this, so we'll see how long it lasts. Then I'll go over to carbide end mills, which I've got a few of. Yeah, it's a lot of crusty old stuff. Nothing's really new around here. It's all old shit. That one's pretty good. I'll keep him. But some of these are just blunt as, chipped, broken. A couple more of them. Ugh. I don't know why that's in there. That's trash. Oh well. Oh, I got part of it done. I got a better idea. This is way too hard on a manual mill, especially one with buggered spindle bearings. I got a better idea. Much better idea. Have we got mains on? Probably not. Control on. There we go. Yep, lights on. Loading. I'm just going to drive it manually. I've got no idea how to program this thing yet, but I'm going to work on that. I'll just have to index the pallet around, so yeah, I want to work that way, just so I can see it. Get a 0 return. How do I do this? I'm going to 0 it. Down, down. There we go. Should light up in a sec. Yep. Y will 0 return. And Z will 0 return. I still remember how to partially run this thing. There we go. Yeah, now, good. Cool. Yeah, this thing probably hasn't been running about 18 months now. No one here really knows how to use it properly. My manager, Jake, he has the best idea, but again, we're just sort of flying by the seat of our pants when it comes to running it, and I'm learning. So, yeah, I've got to get this pallet changer cleaned up, check the vices out, make sure they're true. Bolt that back in. Yeah. It's had rats living in it. There's rat piss and rat poop everywhere. Whoops. Yeah. Okay, we're pretty much running now. I'm only running manually, but yeah, until I learn to write code, that's all I can do. Start spindle. I'm just using the pulse wheel. Takes pretty reasonable cut. Slow but steady. That's running about 1000 RPM. I can also bump that up to 120% if I want to. Yeah, not bad. We've got a Daewoo 2 lathes and VMC. Kind of fun to play with. Okay, after much milling and parting it in half with a bandsaw, this is basically what we've got left. 2 halves, perfect matching tapers. This is the head and this is the flange that screws onto the end of the extruder barrel. And yeah, minimal gap. You always need a gap between the two. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now just got to grind or radius the ends and hinge it and make a captive hinge bolt and clamp bolt, and that's about it. Not a lot more to do. I mean, these tops aren't big enough for the heating band that I wanted to use, so I'll have to source another one. We're going to see how it goes without it, but yeah, the clamp heater would be nice. Anyway, better get on with it. I want to try this out. And there we go, hinge bolt. It's only welded together. I didn't have a proper one, but more than strong enough. Just got to cut my pin down, stake him in place, and you're done. Beautiful. That is how you make a head clamp. Well, for the most part, that and days of machining. You're only seeing the little bits. Trust me, it's been a while. Good project though, learned a hell of a lot. I recommend it for anyone. Don't be afraid to take on new things.